Initially, we have the opening session where Swamiji and other dignitaries are going to speak. At this stage, can I request Swami Vignananda, who is the founder of the World Hindu Economic Forum, to come on to the dais, please. We request Sri Arun Bajaj of the World Hindu Economic Forum. We request the guest of honor, Dr. M.V.S. Prasad, the former Special Chief Secretary, to come on to the dais, please. Dr. Arvind Rao, the former DGP of the state of Andhra Pradesh, to come on to the dais, please. Lamp, and the lighting of the lamp can be joined by maybe Mr. J. Chaudhary, Mr. Bharat Shah, if you can come on and also accompany the delegates.
జ్యోతిర్గమయ మృత్యోర్మామృతంగమయ ఓం శాంతి శాంతి శాంతి. అందనియా దేవదేవుడే మన అందరిలో కొలువున్నాడే. అందనియా దేవదేవుడే మన అందరిలో కొలువున్నాడే. ముద్దు మురిపాలకు మూగ కన్నీళ్లకు, ముద్దు మురిపాలకు మూగ కన్నీళ్లకు మూల సాక్షి ఎవడమ్మా మానవుడే. ఓ అందనియా దేవదేవుడే మన అందరిలో కొలువున్నాడే. చీకటింట వెలిగించే ప్రతి దివ్వే కరుణాకరుని పెదవిపై చిరునవ్వే. చీకటింట వెలిగించే ప్రతి దివ్వే కరుణాకరుని పెదవిపై చిరునవ్వే. అభాగ్యులకు అందించే ప్రతి సేవా పరమార్థ పదం చేర్చే బంగారు నావా. అభాగ్యులకు అందించే ప్రతి సేవా పరమార్థ పదం చేర్చే బంగారు నావా. జగతి మన ఆలయం, సమత మన ఆశయం, జన్మధన్యమిది తెలిసిన నాడే. ఓ అందనియా దేవదేవుడే మన అందరిలో కొలువున్నాడే. మంచిని పెంచని మతము మతమేనా, అది మంత్రాలను వల్లించే తంతు సుమా. మంచిని పెంచని మతము మతమేనా, అది మంత్రాలను వల్లించే తంతు సుమా. బ్రతుకును తీర్చని చదువు చదువేనా, అది బడి పేరిట చెల్లించే ముడుపు సుమా. బ్రతుకును తీర్చని చదువు చదువేనా, అది బడి పేరిట చెల్లించే ముడుపు సుమా. నిత్య సంస్కారిగా సత్య సహకారిగా నిలిచిన ప్రతి నరుడు పరమాత్ముడే. ఓ అందని ఆ దేవదేవుడే మన అందరిలో కొలువున్నాడే. ముద్దు మురిపాలకు మూగ కన్నీళ్లకు, ముద్దు మురిపాలకు మూగ కన్నీళ్లకు మూల సాక్షి అవడమ్మా మానవుడే. ఓ అందని ఆ దేవదేవుడే మన అందరిలో కొలువున్నాడే. మీ అందరిలో కొలువున్నాడే. కృష్ణం వందే జగద్గురు. జై భారత్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ గంగాధర్ గారు. మే రిక్వెస్ట్ శ్రీ విజయ్ కుమార్ గారు, చైర్మన్ ఎంఎస్కో పబ్లిషర్స్, టు కమ్ అండ్ ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ స్వామీజీ.
Namaste everybody. Few months back, I am in Rajahmundry to attend Godavari Harati function, which was organized by one of my friend, Buddharup Kumar. A energetic man in saffron robe started talking on the dais. I found that he's talking with a lot of sense. Which moved me is, after all, everybody sitting there, like there is water bottles on your table, everybody sitting there on the banks of that Godavari river is carrying one water bottle. He told everybody, you purchased one water bottle for 15 rupees. Do you know what will be the cost of this Godavari river if you preserve it properly? A lakh of people sitting there clapped. His Holiness Swamiji was an IITian and he learned Sanskrit in a very formal way for 13 to 14 long years. He understood the problems of this country and he's having high level of clarity about the problems what Hindu society is facing. After returning from that Ganga Harati program, I talked to my good friend and great scholar, Dr. Arvind Rao Saab. In that program, it happened, Chief of HMTV, my friend Ramachandramurthy Saab also there in Ganga Harati, Godavari Harati program. We all together came back and we wanted to meet Swamiji. It happened that Ramachandramurthy Saab organized a small discussion-like thing in his channel. And before the discussion also, we talked to Swamiji at length. A wonderful personality with high level of clarity, I told you earlier. And he talked about to develop the inclusiveness in the Hindu society, which is more important. On the day we discussed, unless every Hindu industry sponsor a student to become a scholar, this hard to survive Hindu literature, Sanskrit literature and Indian language literature. That also another other striking thing he expressed in our meeting. To his credit, he got a lot of achievements. He is the person who reinitiated Amarnath Yatra after the terrorist attacks, which considered to be the Kailasa, which we all consider as Kailasa on this earth. He worked for this Katinaka temple in Sri Lanka, where he is constructing one Annadana Satra there, and he is very active in this Ganga Parirakshana. In a society where more than 90% of the people belong to the same community, usually we should never think of such forms to happen. But we are facing a real danger from the external forces in different ways. To my surprise, when I am talking to him, he told me that in the world trade in our ancient ages, world trade share of India will be more than 35 to 40%. Now it is merely less than 1%. Most of the people here are in the area of trade. He organized one Hindu Economic Forum in Bangkok to connect the Hindu community in the financial area to develop interconnectivity, making them to help each other, which is giving some positive results. His aim in the next few years is to make at least 2% of the world trade should be from Hindu entrepreneurs. For that, what all he needs is we have to join hands with him. Thank you very much.
Namaste. Thank you for coming in this Sunday morning. Generally, we Sunday morning everybody enjoy, but you have spent time and coming here for this program. I thank Arvind Rao, Prasad ji. Arun Bajaj is a World Hindu Economic Forum Steering Committee convener. He is an institution builder, outright institution builder. He is a businessman, he is a very successful businessman, but same time he is very active in the society. You will be surprised, he traveled in a car almost 3,000 miles to developing the organizational network of the different organizations. But before that, I will show you one multimedia presentation and then he will take over. So we Hindus, whenever we meet and discuss, we have lots of problem, and we are facing society problem we are facing. You know, this is all because of 2,300 years, at least 2,300 year. As a civilization, as a country, as a nation, as a society, we are struggling to live with the dignity and respect. Since Alexander, we are fighting. You know, Alexander, Demetrius, Shaka, Kushan, Hun. Then all the Islamic, Turk, Mongol, and then Portuguese, French, Dutch, British, everybody came. So you can say this is almost more than 132 generation we are struggling. And this whole struggle, when the society don't have a peace, society don't have a prosperity, society loses some of the good values, and this is happening with us. We have become self-destructing society. So I'm not going to detail in that. So I have identified some of the key area which need urgent attention to drive the society, because we don't have an institutional framework in our society. So that area we have identified: economy, Without economy, nothing moves. All our Sadhuji and Swamiji will talk about wealth is Maya, leave all the wealth, but give dakshina to them, they said, so that they can build ashram and another thing. So I always focus, economy is very, very important. Without economy, nothing moves. Therefore, the slogan of the World Hindu Economic Forum is Dharmasya Moolam Artha. Economic prosperity sustain the society, civilization, nation. Second, our area is education. Without education, nothing moves. See? Without education, nothing moves. So how to improve the state of education in Hindu society? Just before I was talking to some people, look, someone was telling that we should start going for the school. I told, look, communists here in Bharat and elsewhere in the world, they don't start primary school, they don't run higher secondary school, they don't even run even private universities and colleges, but they catch the mind of the people in the university. Because that time when the mind is growing of the youth, they catch there and they recruit whole their cadre. And we do all the groundwork in the school and higher secondary, and they convert our people there. So we lose our investment. So how to tackle in the university level, how to improve the state of education in the university? First, we will come to the school so that we have identify the education. Third is the youth. Who will drive ultimately economy, education, everything? So we have identified the youth area. Fourth is the women. Women are the 50% of our civilization and our society, any community. Now they are equally talented, knowledgeable, qualified. And we have not seen their participation in the whole Hindu resurgence Renaissance movement. So how to increase their role in the Hindu resurgence Renaissance movement? So that is the fourth area. Fifth area is media. I don't want to explain. Media is one who control the communication, control the mind of the people. One who control the communication, control the mind of the people. There is a saying, old saying, जब तोप मुखातिब हो तो अखबार निकालो. When you are facing a top tank, then you start publishing news. Through that newspaper, you will defeat that tank. So that is one area, media. Sixth is a politics. I am not working in Bharat on politics, but I am working outside. I will tell you later on. And seventh is organization part. Hindu society is organized, traditionally organized in a linguistic group. Hindu society organized in caste group. Hindu society organized in community group. These are all traditional organization. So I am working there. So how to bring this, different pocket of the Hindu community at one platform, that is known as organization. So key area 7 we have identified. So I have just prepared a small multimedia presentation on that. And then there is a small presentation on economic forum. Then Arunji will talk.
At the end of World War II, the world witnessed the rapid emergence of newly independent countries, unshackling themselves from the clutches of weakening colonial powers. Bharat finally obtained its independence on August 15, 1947. Although this independence came after a painful and horrific partition of Hindus' historic and spiritual homeland, the world witnessed one of the largest migrations and mass slaughter of people ever seen in recorded history. The overwhelming majority of Hindu population was driven out of West and East Pakistan, which is now Bangladesh. Our forefathers have worked hard to nourish and preserve Hindu society. Other societies which were ruled by either imperialistic, Islamic or Christian forces failed to retain their native religious traditions and instead were converted to the religions of their conquerors. Hindu society, however, in the subcontinent, valiantly resisted over a period of 1200 years. Currently, Hindus are facing serious challenges and are being attacked from all directions in Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Indonesia, Europe, Africa, America, the Caribbean, and Fiji. In Bharat, Hindus continue to face disadvantage and discrimination vis-a-vis other communities. There is neither a government nor an organization worldwide to effectively look after the interests of Hindus. Now is the time for the present generation of Hindus to take this valiant legacy forward and to assume the implied responsibility of shaping and nurturing Hindu unity and organization throughout the world. The World Hindu Foundation proposes to organize the first World Hindu